What's going on, guys?
I was hanging out.
This feels like an episode of Ghost Hunters.
This is Shane with Hotbox Hip Hop, and I'm here with
Kryple, man.
Gooz.
And Trippz.
And we're 2/3 and a manager of Doom Squad.
Alright, so here it goes. Let's smoke some weed, guys.
Okay.
Alright, we'll start with the basics. How old are you?
4.
Nice.
No, 27.
Right on. And where were you born?
Edmonton, Alberta.
Likewise.
I was also born in Edmonton, Alberta.
All Edmonton boys, eh?
I'm also 27.
All 27?
I'm not 27.
No? Right on. How old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, I am currently 38.
No doubt.
I'm
32
old
club.
fuck. Old balls.
Yeah.
You're
That's
38?
Shut up.
No shit.
Bro, yo, that's a legit question.
That's awesome.
That's a legit question.
Alright, how long have you been doing music?
Probably like 10 years, I think.
Yeah?
Like, give or take, like, actually writing and recording music, but, like, trying to take it seriously, probably like 7.
Nice. That's fucking awesome. How about yourself?
I just dumbness or what? Does everybody got a joint?
I got a few, yeah.
No, thank you.
I've been doing this music thing for about exactly the same amount of time.
Yeah? Somebody got fired?
I do.
I got one back here.
Alright. Have you always wanted to be a rapper?
Yo.
My first aspiration was to be a fire truck.
Was it?
Yeah, and then I realized I couldn't do that. So I wanted to become a cop. And then I got into hip-hop and realized cops don't like hip-hop.
Yeah.
And then the cops didn't like me. And so I was like, okay, hip-hop it is.
I wanted to be a wrestler when I was a kid.
Yeah?
You know, Stone Cold, Steve Austin, Triple H, that was my shit, bro. WWE.
That's awesome. So, what are your top 5 biggest musical influences?
Like artists or just influences to make music?
In general.
Oh, that's fucking... I'm just gonna go with musical influences
Okay,
because
yeah,
it'll take
yeah.
me too long to figure out. I'll say Eminem is probably the first one because that's what really made me want to start rapping. Random enough, ICP. Listen to a lot of ICP. Just like that whole psychopathic records like regime of how they ran their label and how they did their merch and how they conducted like their fan activity and all that was just it just opened a door to like a different side of hip hop that and the music industry I didn't know existed, like the independent side of it.
Yeah.
I'd say Pink Floyd is a huge influence.
Right on.
Just as like all around music. I feel like I was very stubborn until I like started listening to more like rock music and other things like that, which then in turn like just opened my eyes to listen to other types of hip hop.
Nice. How about you?
My earliest influences were Eminem, Chaos, KRS-One, Rascals.
Thank you.
And I guess I'd have to say, like, kind of folk music. My mom was like a big folk listener.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
And even sort of outside those boxes too, right? Like I was growing up, I wanted to be a rapper, and I used to write raps all the time. Just wasn't overly good at it necessarily, and at the time there wasn't as much availability to record. But I also found influence in people like Russell Simmons, who would like be in charge of Def Jam at the time and putting the music out and seeing and understanding there needs to be another part of the music besides being an artist, and those roles need to be filled too.
Yeah.
And just the appreciation that I would feel going to concerts when I was a kid and being younger and like just discovering there was someone whose job it was to make that happen, to give that good time. So that I felt I want to try to be one of those people who could provide that, right? So to organize the events and bring everything together and put things on. So like, more so than necessarily just musicians. There's people like that help make everything go on. You know?
I totally respect that. That's awesome. So,
Blunted.
what are some of your favorite songs?
Oh man.
Current favorite songs. Like, what are you pumping right now in the whip?
Now?
Yeah, what's in the whip right now?
That new Royce 5.9's in the whip right now.
The new Royce 5.9's fire. I've been bumping that Finesse remix by Bruno Mars. I like that shit.
I've been jamming Prof's new album.
There's these girls from Toronto called the Sorority.
Okay.
They just dropped the album. I've been bumping that.
Nice. I want to give a shout out to my girl Mackie. Have you guys heard of Mackie?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Awesome.
Mackie from where? Where's she from?
Nova Scotia.
Where's she live?
Westville.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. Yeah. What was it like in the beginning of your rap career?
Very hopeful.
Yeah.
Very, like, naive, I guess. Because ain't nobody know what the fuck you're supposed to do. When we were starting out, we didn't have any idea.
We thought we were the shit.
That's what I mean. It's like, yeah, we'll just put out a couple songs and be famous. And then, like, yeah.
Got the deal. You guys are the shit, though.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. But, like, yo, I could show you some shit that you'd listen to. You'd be like,
That's not
fuck
bad.
this clown, man. Turn this shit off.
That's jokes.
It's real life, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'd show you right now, but it's fucking being videotaped in that way.
Hey, I can edit anything out.
Yeah, but nobody's getting
But
that, buddy.
I'll know, right?
Nobody's getting that.
Yeah. So here's one. Do you guys still get nervous performing?
Sometimes, very rarely. And I wouldn't even say nervous. I
get like some pre-show jitters almost every show.
Like,
even if it's like for a small crowd of like 25 people or something, you know what I mean? Like, but it's just like, it's brief, it's temporary, and I think it's less of like a fear or an anxiety, of more of like just me getting like into the zone that I need to be in.
Yeah, getting that rush.
Yeah, it's kind of just like natural now, so. But like really big shows and stuff like that. Yeah, nervous isn't the word. I guess nervous might be the word. I don't know. But I don't get nervous like before that. Like I get nervous about like, you know, when a cop pulls you over or some shit,
This
right?
is the first time that flying was involved in a tour for me. And I was a bit nervous about that.
Yeah.
But that's it.
But it was good,
I have
though.
to get over that one.
Yeah,
No doubt.
I took a lot of planes. Fucking.
So how do you handle slip-ups and technical difficulties during the show?
I beatbox.
Yeah, he'll beatbox, or if I slip up rapping, I'll freestyle, or as I did like tonight on the one song. Just
Check it. You look at me and see a star, like when you cut half of an apple. It's a long ride, going strap up the saddle. Being dope only half of the battle. Give it real fast like the nap of a snapple. Having you baffled, having you mind blown. It's my zone, rap with the wrath of a cyclone. Got an eye up in the sky and I don't fly drones. With your eyes closed like a high note in a high zone. Life is what you make it, this is paradise. Now I gotta feel 1,000 cases of terabyte. Sitting where I like, not a care like. Y'all just ain't comparing the Celsius and Fahrenheit. No disco, so don't go triple. We got me feeling lightheaded, no Cisco. Shit, already, just another brick in the wall. Now my tongue tied up like a shoelace. You face a two-face, y'all so salty you can season up a soup base. Front like you move right, you a fruitcake. Wait for the kid to come through, that's a due date. Yeah, already planted my flag. The week that I didn't smoke, it better back in my bag. Every rapper can drag, but every rapper's a brag. You don't get it till someone passes away. Hey,
I've just been smoking this. As I fucked up, I just said sorry. I fucked up.
And you know what? I don't think anybody really noticed. They were just like, "That was fucking awesome."
Yeah, like just a few words, and then you say sorry. I fucked up.
Yeah.
But no, you just power out. What are you saying, Goozy?
To give some credit along those lines, I specifically remember, like, I'll never forget, probably 3 years ago on one of the Tech 9 tours across Canada, and the one DJ that was on had fuck-ups with the sound just before you guys were supposed to go on. And it was, the whole sound in the place was messed up. And then Trippz just started beatboxing.
No, you know what that
place
was, bro?
packed.
I remember. You know what that was? I'll tell you exactly what happened. We had a montage for our set. 12 minutes is all we had. 12 minutes, all right? and it just runs through, so the DJ didn't have to do anything, so the DJ can't fuck it up. Right before I don't give a fuck, I tell DJ, pause it. She hit stop, and then had to do this all the way up to the fucking 8-minute mark in the set. So while she's sitting here for 5 fucking minutes in front of 1,000 people, Trippz is like just keeping them entertained and like.
But like everybody was mesmerized. Like there was no beatboxing or anything like during the show. Like no other sets before you guys had anything like that. And the place was getting restless. Like there's packed full of people. It was hot and sweaty. They all want to see techno.
Yeah.
And like, okay, these guys are up here, and just the
fact that we kept them
to Tripp's skill with beatboxing that could capture this crowd. But
You guys
all
are
these
really
people
romancing
lost
me too
their
well
shit.
here right now.
You're just fucking trying to play it down, man. Like you held 1,000 people's attention like wholeheartedly.
Well, 1,000 drunk people.
And just in a way of
our
fixing
freestyles
it,
weren't
right?
that good.
But like, you know what? One thing about the way that I do the bass, it's like it sounds different from like your average like throaty bass. You know what I mean? And so
Yes.
like, yeah, it really like it kind of throws people off right away because like most people are like, I've never been able to figure out how to do that. So instead, I do like, and it just destroys on a system, right? So like, yeah, niggas like they have no chance. They don't stand a chance.
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing. But yes, like just stuff like that. These guys, if slip-ups happen, they're quick on the ball.
Yeah.
You have to be, man. That's like part of being professional, right?
So what was the biggest venue you ever performed at? And how big do you think?
Biggest venue or biggest show? Like most people or biggest venue?
Biggest show.
Fuck. I don't think there's like.
421, probably.
Yeah, 420 in Vancouver, absolutely.
Yeah? Was that this year?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
last
no.
year.
Last year?
Yeah, last year. It was like
that
20,000
follows another
people there.
question.
Yeah, there's fucking. Yeah.
We've done some festivals though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nothing where there was that many people like in front of us. Granted, they weren't all going nuts or
But like
nothing.
Boonstock was dope too because we were the first act of the day, and so like it was like our music that got people out. We didn't have many people like right there to begin with, but by the time we were done, we had like a good couple thousand people that were just chilling.
Yeah, and then actually the other Boonstock too, the classified one,
Yeah.
was good too because like it was weird. It was like one big stage here. I guess I'll do it so people can see it. There's one big stage here, and then a small stage to the side. So everybody's piled up in front of this big stage waiting for classified to come on, and then we come on this little stage. And nobody moved over, but all those people were watching us
Yeah.
and paying attention to us. And there had to be a good like 5,000-7,000 people like standing there waiting for classified.
Yeah.
So that's pretty dope. Aside from those, just like all the, like when we used to do the big opening slots all the time, MGK hops.
Can you tell me one of your craziest concert stories?
Oh, fuck, you thought of the exact same one I did at the same time, I can tell.
Just by the laugh, eh?
So I kicked a girl in the face one time at a concert. And, it's not like it sounds. Like, I mean, it's like it sounds, but it's like not like... It was a fucking...
Okay, so
instant
first of all,
reaction.
Medicine Hat, Alberta is like one of the littest places we've ever performed.
Yeah, Medicine Hat's lit.
Riots in the streets, people driving into cars, or driving into buildings with their cars, like fucking cops every time. It's a blast. Niggas get lit.
So here's what happened. I'm gonna do the short version of this so I don't sound as bad. Cause you fucking make me sound like a straight up dick.
That's because I watched it. I was front row to that.
So
one.
we're performing, and it was a small venue, and it's packed, and
I don't blame you,
all these
but
girls
I'm
are like, yeah, most people would have done the same thing. All these girls are like grabbing us, and like, so I look down, and there's blood on my arm, and then I look down even more, and there's blood all over my jeans and shoe and shit.
And like, he's a huge germaphobe, so like,
yeah, I don't like
already
people's
like
germs.
he like I'm surprised he kept rapping.
So
to be honest,
I looked and there's blood all over me, so I just fucking looked down at this girl in the front row and she had a giant cut on her hand, man. So I just fucking hit her, like I just like shoved my foot, like I didn't like fucking field goal kick her. I like pushed her with my foot in the face. Pushed her with my foot in the face. And then I stopped the show and got the security to kick her out. I stopped the show and got the security to kick her out, and went and changed my jeans, came back to the show, and it was good.
That's awesome. Who's to you the biggest influential artist that you've worked with?
That I've worked with? Like influential?
Yeah, like
In which way?
done a collab with or like a track, anything. Something that stands out to you personally, like a milestone in your career.
Oh, like a milestone of it, like
Yeah.
rappers I work with?
Yeah.
I would say doing a song, I guess, with Dizzy Wright was like the first like big rapper that I like worked with on that capacity.
Yeah.
And he, you know, we were in the studio together and did the song. It wasn't just like over email and shit.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
That's pretty sweet.
Other than that, man, I'd say my squad, man. The people I work with like every day that just like are inspiring, you know, like they keep me fresh, vice versa, right? Like I find that to be the best inspiration. It's just having like people that are around you that are just as dope, if not doper than you are.
Yeah.
That make you want to be dope or doper than they are, you know. And then it just keeps getting you just.
Yeah, it started as like a friendly competition. Like every day we'd have like a better verse than the next.
Yeah.
And like, you know, like it was a perfect day for you in the studio if one of the squad was like, well, fuck, I gotta rewrite my verse now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we always challenge each other
Straight
to do
up.
that.
Is there anybody that you are aspiring to do a collab with in the future,
Yes.
in particular?
Oh, so many people.
So many people.
But you know, I wouldn't say it's out of reach, but it's definitely like
Most
steps to be
immediately, I'm
taken.
working with Prof. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I want to work with T-Pain, and it's really random and out of the blue, but
No doubt.
I really like T-Pain. I think he's a talented mofo, and not even just on the auto-tune. The guy's just a super talented musician. He understands it. The guy understands music to a T. You know, like he's
Yeah.
the guy's crazy. So
Like, to me, where I'm starting at right now, like, to me, this was unattainable. Like, I'd sit there and, like, watch you guys on YouTube and be like, motherfucker, like, one day I just want to meet these guys. And then it's like, yo, you
Look
want
how
to be
easy
interviewed?
that was.
I'm like, hey, guys.
yeah, man. Hey, fuck. That's
Right?
what I mean. But that's all you gotta do. Put yourself out there. He just asked, and I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Do you play any other instruments?
I technically play a piano all the time,
That's pretty dope.
but I don't know how to play piano. So I use my keyboard to make beats all the time, and I come up with melodies and I make shit on the spot, and I do
Yeah.
that. But like, yeah,
But you're not, like, classically trained pianist.
no, I've never took any piano lessons. I'm
I play
also
the Austrian mouth harp.
He does do that.
I do.
Nice.
I also play the microphone.
Yeah, I guess that's technically an instrument.
I play my voice.
You know, when people ask me what instrument I play, I'm gonna say microphone from now on. Yeah, I'm baked, by the way. Shout out Hotbox Hip Hop, man.
Thanks, man. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it.
Like, there is no whites in my eyes even to be had. Like,
Alright, time to get conceited for a second. If you can promote any one of your songs right now, what would it be?
I don't know. I guess the newest one, my Sauce song.
This is the newest shit that came out. Let's drop it. Yo, put your hands up in there like this if you got the sauce. You like the sauce? Yo, I had dreams I was gonna be the young fresh prince. Smoke weed and I ain't even touched the subject since. It's a life I know, it was any money mo. Y'all be struggling to fit in like you wearing tiny clothes. I fight for what I believe in, I'm a crusader. I bring the drama to you going like the newspaper. Y'all dirty under the caution like the Blue Ranger. With my bitch bad as hell like the Tomb Raider. I done put in footwork like a shoemaker. Weed always looks perfect, that's a true labor. Don't ask cause I don't do favors. I'm just here to welcome y'all to my hood cause I'm the cool neighbor.
Sauce? I definitely have
Sauce.
been bumping Sauce like a motherfucker.
On top of that, Lost in My Mind, because it's still the shit. That
Yeah.
song is, yeah, it's just like, it comes from a good place. What about you?
That's all I wanted tonight, but then the kitchen was closed.
I would say
No, because the kitchen
I
was
would
closed.
promote the Boombox Disciples album.
That's a good answer.
It's not a song. It's
Actually,
available on all
It got
streaming
that
platforms.
that album got overshadowed.
we got them all here.
This one.
Yeah.
So what this is Doom Squad and Sonic
Yeah.
and K Blitz and Big Chain. So it's like a group album. So like it tells you
My
who's on
manager
which
even
song.
drops a verse.
Gooz even drops a verse on there right there.
Dope, dope.
That's his name right there. Gooz, bang.
awesome.
Fucking. So this album got hella overshadowed. Wow, overshadowed because it came out in February of last year, and then in April of last year we put out LSD and then did a tour for it. So like.
That's what I was
Yeah.
And it's honestly one of my favorite pieces of work that we've done.
Yeah. Alright, if you could give advice to any up-and-comer rappers in the game right now.
Don't cup your fucking microphone.
That's sound advice.
For fuck's sakes.
Very
Stop
sound.
rapping over your fucking vocals.
Be persistent. The only advice I'm gonna give to any aspiring artist, musician, actor, fucking anybody trying to do that is just be persistent. Just don't stop. Keep going. Keep evolving in your craft. Keep learning about it, and just keep going. I attribute that to like any success that I've ever had in my
And
entire
learn to be
music
accepting
career.
of new and incoming styles.
Yeah, straight up, like respect what you don't understand. That's a big one.
Learn to learn.
Now, the part that we've all been waiting for. Let's talk about our sweet, sweet friend Mary Jane. Yay. How long have you been smoking weed?
15 years.
15 years?
Fuck. 18 years, 18, 19 years now. Almost 20.
Fuck. I've been smoking weed the least amount of time probably. I started when I was about 17. So it'll be about 10 years.
You're never invited to my house.
I started when I was 11.
I've been
and
smoking
I'm
weed
32.
roughly about as long as I've been rapping.
That's awesome.
I've been smoking weed longer than I haven't, man.
I think.
There you go. Alright, do you remember the first time you ever smoked weed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Halloween 2005. I greened the fuck out.
How'd you get high?
We smoked a joint.
A joint?
Yeah, a bunch of these people were like, oh, there's a virgin in the house. And they just
Uh-oh.
start passing me dubs, man. And I was fucking tripping out, and I felt like I was, felt like my chest was imploding. I didn't know what to do. I was like sweaty. And then somebody put on Blind Melon, No Rain, and I sang my way out of it until I vomited and I walked home.
Yeah.
That's it.
It was great. Didn't touch weed again for about 2 years.
Yeah, the first time I ever smoked weed was at the neighbor's house when I was still living at my mom's. And I remember I smoked this joint, and I thought I fell asleep and woke up. It was the most fucking trippy shit. Like, I can explain, I know what the feeling is that I felt now, but I can't really even explain it into words. It's like when you first smoke a joint, and it's pretty much when you first feel high. It's almost like everything before that moment didn't matter for a second, you know? And I just remember, like, I don't know, I was like sitting on the neighbor's couch, and then all of a sudden I was just sitting on the neighbor's couch, but I felt like I had fallen asleep, and then I had just woken up. And they just went along with it. It was just my buddy Cam that I went to school with, and my neighbor. And my neighbor was like 20 years older than us. She's just fucking this cool old lady. And she fucking, yeah. They went along with it. They tried to trick me. We had pizza on the way. They told me it already came. They threw it out. I lost it. So I went home to check the clocks and shit, and I asked my little brother, and I was like, what time is it? And he's like, this time. I was like, oh, so they're just fucking with me. I was like, I don't like this weed shit. I remember that. And then, like, I don't know, a couple months later, I smoked weed at school, and that was it. And I started really smoking.
What was your first time blazing Gooz?
That was, so it's hard to say, like, I don't have a cool story for, you know, like, oh shit, I smoked weed, and so I was already drinking for the first time. I was on the football team, I was a rookie on the football team. It was after the season, like between Christmas and New Year's or whatever, and yeah, I was at the house party, and this one guy on the team that was like infamous for being a stoner just kind of looked at me, he had this big goofy smile like he always had, and he was like, you want to get high, Gooz? It's kind of, I remember my reply was like, sure, all the rappers do it. So we went outside. There was like four of us, and we smoked a joint, and yeah, went back in, and, right, and just more drinks, you know, little Christmas kind of gathering, and yeah, I was wasted. The one thing I guess I do remember is the guy that drove us there and was giving us a ride home like kept stopping at random stop signs. He was trying to take this girl home. They were making out at like every stop sign, every red light, and it was like, yo, fucking drive, man. And yeah, that's kind of lame. But I just remember those two coincided, and yeah, but over the course of life, it's like MJ definitely takes the title, man.
Fuck yeah.
Wait.
So, what's your favorite current way to smoke weed?
Joints.
Fucking right, joints
Big
all the way
doinks.
around.
Big fucking
Big
doinks.
doinks.
Yep, I'm all about the baseball bats.
Smoking big doinks in vehicle.
And especially joints now. I just did the Cross Canada tour with Brothers Grimm, and those guys are blunt heads. Like, shout out to Brothers Grimm, and shout out to blunt heads. Like it's fucking, you know.
I can't do blunts like that. I'm a singer, man. I'm a
literally,
singer,
my man. Like, and props to these guys. Like as far as the marijuana world goes, like Brothers Grimm are some fucking kings. And like, let's put it this way: we had a sponsorship for weed for that tour. There was 6 of us smoking weed. And we had a pound of pre-rolls, and it was gone in day 9 or so. It was about a week and a couple days, and so there was a lot of weed being smoked. But for these guys, it turned out like no joke. You know, it wasn't all shared between everyone, but at least 20 blunts a day, like every single day for 5 weeks. It was a lot. So I'm really happy to be back to trance.
Not gonna lie.
Fucking rolled all of them.
Not gonna lie.
PG rolled a lot of them, man. That man's tongue must have been numb for half the tour. Just backwood after backwood after backwood. At Oliver Spitz too. Shouts out Oliver Spitz, most definitely. Lockhaven, Pennsylvania. But he was always sitting there. He was right in the second row, right behind me. So I would know all the time, kind of a little tap me on the shoulder, like, you know, a little bit, and just have a little bloods back and forth.
Yeah.
There was a lot of rollage.
Not gonna lie, I rolled an ounce for this fucking show.
You're a gangster.
I rolled an ounce for like every show.
I feel pretty ounced out right now, bud.
Because like, apparently,
Look, it's already gone.
smoke a lot of weed.
Yeah. Top box killing me, man.
So what's your favorite strains?
Congolese.
Hemp Star.
My favorite's probably Nukin.
Yeah? I'm all about the Girl Scout.
Nebula.
Me and the lady got a bunch of Girl Scout going at our
Pink
place
Death.
a while
Oh
back.
my god. Pink Death.
Pink Death is good.
Yeah,
Pink
most
Death.
definitely.
Just punch me out and suck me off.
But I definitely got a holler for the green crack, because green crack is my shit.
Yeah, it's a good strain.
Anything purple. I like purple.
Alright, when you're high, what do you munch on?
Pizza.
Anything. Except cucumbers. Fuck cucumbers.
I used to be a pizza delivery
guy's a
guy
cat.
for like 5 years, so I hear that. I never eat pizza though.
Pizza's fire.
What are your thoughts on stoner stereotypes?
Like what?
You think they got it right on?
Man, I don't know what they're talking about, man. It's like,
It's funny because it's true. It's true.
The stoner stereotypes are usually fucking spot on.
and hilarious.
Yeah.
So, you know how many good movies were based on stoner stereotypes? Man, if people start getting all soft about stoner stereotypes, I ought to leave this world behind.
What's your favorite stoner movie?
Oh, man. That's crazy. There's too many good ones.
How high?
How High? Good call.
Easily how high?
Grandma's Boy?
Half-baked.
Ooh.
Half-Baked?
Grandma's Boy's good too. No, nothing beats How High for me.
Yeah, like How High too. There's so many good ones, man.
Nothing will beat
Super Troopers?
How High.
I gotta
There's
go.
honestly a Smiley Face. It's not really well known. Anna Faris is the main character. Blonde chick, but Smiley Face. They exaggerate
told to
weed
watch
in that
Smiley
one.
Face.
They exaggerate weed. They make it seem more kind of like a mushroom trip with the way they do the movie. But it's really fucking funny. I love Anna Faris.
I gotta go with National Lampoon's Senior Trip. Shout out to Kyle. Rest in peace, man. He was my best friend. We grew up watching that shit. That's where I started to smoke weed from.
I never seen that movie. I'm gonna
No.
go check it out.
Yeah, it's a good one. What'd you do for 420 this year?
Played a show in Port Alberni
Shouts out Port Alberni
BC.
Cannabis Club.
on the
They
island.
built us a stage to come and rock and bless their stage.
That's
did.
Ever in the island. Port Alberni Cannabis Club.
I watched
Nice.
the shit out of the Thursday.
Do you guys want to do a freestyle for me?
I don't know if I'm in the mood to freestyle,
No.
man. You should have asked me before I smoked
Oh.
those fucking joints.
You want to give a shout out to anybody that might be watching?
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, all the fans, man. Everybody
Stoners.
supports the homies, if there's any homies watching.
Jan, thank you, Jan.
That was good. That was fucking good. Thank you, Jan.
I'm real baked.
I'm fucking cooked, bro.
Thanks, man. That's all my questions, too.
Thank you.
Sick. We got it all in.
Some weed, buddy, and
Fuck
good
yeah.
questions.
Yo, shout
Awesome.
out. Shout out. Shout the fuck out. Hotbox Hip Hop, man.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Hotbox
Hip Hop.
We're out, guys. This has been Hotbox Hip Hop.
This for the true dad heads, cause not everyone know. On a mission to get twisted, I ain't whipping in the kitchen. I'll be sitting smoking limited edition.
I ain't felt this way in some time.
Sometime, y'all.
Sometime. Oh my.
Make some noise for live singing though.
Concentrate this space in my mind. My mind.
Hands up. Hands
Oh
up.
my.
Hands up. Come on, come on.
So fucking happy right now. I be under the sky, so how can I even cry? I breathe colors. Woo. Now the surf so sandy, but not without the help of that
Purple candy.
The pink with the mask, they got you.
Think you're faster.
I'm not a prick, but I can not a
Drink your best.
How they dabba dabba do,
Ooh.
dabba dabba
Chew.
Ain't really good thing until I dabba dabba
Blueberry.
I think I want a red emoji, big T for bedtime. I think I need a rolling TV.
The homie Stevie got that shit up in the bed.
Orange crush open up and we gon'
Give it in the head.
I give thanks for which has been grown.
Who's getting high with us tonight?
I ain't felt this way in some time.
Sometime, y'all.